Okay, let's move on, Benny, to the Bias Plus reports. So again, just a quick explanation of Bias Plus reports. We put these out. This is where you have the matchups, and we utilize the average net points and the average turnover differential and the super secret formula to come out to say who would be favored based on these two stats in any particular matchup. Doing pretty good. Benny, I think I was 73% last week.
And I was exactly the same.
Were you really?
Well, this was the one rare week where every pick I made went with the bias.
Exactly. That's
I
right.
doubt it'll happen again, but
Well, it happened last week. Let's take a look at the first game. That would be Thursday night, Benny. A potential intriguing game of the week. Commanders. Say it with me, Benny. Commanders at the Eagles. Bias plus score of 1.3 favors the Commanders.
all right.
That's a little itty bitty bias there.
Little itty bitty bias.
Little itty bitty bias. But hey, look, Eagles actually are higher in net points in the rankings, averaging +8, but the Commanders are +7.3. However, the Commanders are a little bit better in the turnover differential.
That makes a difference.
That made a difference here for sure. So, what do you got for this one?
Well, again, this is one of those teams where both teams have at least 7 wins. There's no doubt in my mind that the Washington Commanders are definitely for real. If anybody out there doubted them being for real, they absolutely are. This past weekend, however, they faced the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, the toughest defense they've met so far this season. Both teams traded punches in the first half, and Washington held a halftime lead of 17-14. They extended that lead to 24-14 on a Jeremy McNichols touchdown run. Unfortunately, they didn't take advantage of the Steelers' 2 second half turnovers, and they got walked down on the scoreboard and blew a last-ditch opportunity with a neutral zone violation on a 4th and 1 with 1 minute, 2 seconds left, and they lost the game 28-27. We spoke of this mistake earlier, and if they hold their water and don't jump off sides, the Steelers will probably punt. That's 1 minute 2 left. They had to come back, but they weren't able to do it. They gave up the first down. Steelers won the game. As far as the Eagles are concerned, they went to AT&T Stadium down in Arlington, Texas, and they completely dismantled the depleted Dallas Cowboys 34-6. They won their 5th consecutive game. They took over first place in the NFC East. And I'm not trying to disrespect the win, but Dallas didn't offer much resistance. Another slow start and a couple of Jalen Hurts turnovers meant absolutely nothing in this one, as the quarterback threw for 2 touchdowns and he ran for 2 touchdowns, and he led Philly to a big blowout win over Dallas, their hated rivals. Made the fans really happy, and all they could do, instead of talking about how good the Eagles are playing, was say how bad the Cowboys are. But that's what helps them breathe, so we'll let them have it. Commanders will be coming into the Link. I like the Commanders to win this game on the road against the Eagles.
Going with the bias again.
Going with the bias.
Benny, yeah. All righty. Commanders at Eagles, bias plus a small 1.3 favors the Commanders. Ben's going with the bias, going with the Commanders.